Good morning, student. We know about the residential status of the person or assessee. Residential status of an assessee determine the scope of chargeability of income. It is important as per the Income Tax Act. Residential status of an assessee decide the chargeability of foreign income. At the time of determination of residential status, some question arises such as whether an income earned by a foreign nation in India or abroad is taxable in India, whether an income accrued in India or outside India is taxable in India. Such questions can answered in correct manners on the basis of his residential status rather than the citizenship of a person. Person includes individual, HUF, company, AOP, firm, local authority and artificial juridical person. For the residential status, person may be classified first individual and HUF and second others. Others include company, AOP, firm, local authority and artificial juridical person. Individual and Hindu undivided family classifies residential status in two categories. First category resident in India and second non-resident. Resident in India also classified in two categories. First resident but ordinary resident in India and second resident but not ordinary resident in India. Others, that is company, AOP, firm, local authorities and artificial juridical persons, are classified residential status of a person in two categories. First resident in India and non-resident in India. These are the classification of residential status of a person. For consideration of residential status of a person, some general points to be considered. First, residential status of an person is determined in respect of each previous year. प्रत्येक previous yearला त्या व्यक्तीचं रेसिडेन्शियल स्टेटस हे कॅल्क्युलेट केलं जातं. सेकंड, सिटिझनशिप अँड रेसिडेन्शियल स्टेटस आर टू डिफरंट कन्सेप्ट. नागरिकत्व आणि रेसिडेन्शियल स्टेटस ह्या दोन विभिन्न संकल्पना आहेत. अ पर्सन कॅन हॅव सेम रेसिडेन्शियल स्टेटस इन मोर दॅन वन कंट्री. एकच व्यक्ती एकापेक्षा अनेक देशांमध्ये रेसिडेन्शियल स्टेटस हे मिळवू शकते. या महत्त्वाच्या general points consider at the time of residential status of a person. Here we know about the individual and HUF residential status. For resident in India and non-resident in India, there are some basic conditions decided in Income Tax Act as per section 6(1) and 6(1)(a) and 6(1)(c). For consideration of the residential status in India of individual and HUF, first basic condition is that he is in India in the previous year for a period of 182 days or more as per section 6(1)(a) of Income Tax Act. Or second condition is that he is in India for a period of 60 days 60 दिवस or more during the previous year and for 365 days or more days during 4 previous year immediately preceding the relevant previous year. This is the another basic condition for residential status of a person. Decide the person or HUF who is resident in India. These are the basic condition for deciding the resident in India. And second, non-resident. For deciding the non-resident, this is the basic condition. An assessee who is not satisfied section 6(1) shall be treated as non-resident in India. म्हणजेच एका एखादी व्यक्ती जो असेसी आहे त्या व्यक्तीने सेक्शन 6(1) मध्ये ज्या बेसिक कंडिशन दिलेल्या आहेत त्या फुलफिल नाही केल्या किंवा त्या सॅटिस्फाई नाही केल्या की ती व्यक्ती नॉन रेसिडेंट होते. तर हे झालं रेसिडेंट इन इंडिया आणि नॉन रेसिडेंट. आता आपण पाहणार आहोत रेसिडेंट इन इंडियाचे पुन्हा जे 2 प्रकार केलेले आहेत किंवा क्लासिफिकेशन केलेले आहेत ते. ओके. रेसिडेंट इन इंडिया क्लासिफाइज इन 2 categories. First, resident but ordinary resident in India, and second, resident but not ordinary resident in India. For resident but ordinary resident in India, there are 2 additional conditions with these basic condition. Additional conditions must satisfy. Section 6 subsection 6 as per the Income Tax Act, additional conditions are: first, he has been resident in India at least 2 out of 10 years immediately preceding the relevant previous year, and second condition is he has resided in India for a period of 730 days or more during 7 previous year immediately preceding the relevant previous year. These are the additional condition for deciding the resident but ordinary resident in India. Now we know about the resident but not ordinary resident in India. If a resident individual does not satisfy both additional condition as given in section 6 subsection 6, he is resident but not ordinary resident in India. These are the conditions, or the person who not satisfy additional condition under section 6 subsection 6, he is treated as a not ordinary resident in India. Okay. These are the resident and ordinary resident of individual and HUF of a person. Now we are going to study the Hindu undivided family residential status of a person. Hindu undivided family is a person as per the Income Tax Act. Hindu undivided family's residential status is classified in 2 categories. First, resident in India and non-resident. As per the Income Tax Act, Hindu undivided family and individual residential status is classified as resident in India and non-resident. Resident in India also classified resident but ordinary resident in India, and second, resident but not ordinary resident in India. Here we know about the resident in India and non-resident. First, when the control and management of affairs of Hindu undivided family is wholly or partly situated in India during the relevant previous year, such Hindu undivided family is treated as resident in India. Non-resident, what is the meaning of non-resident? If the control and management of its affairs is wholly situated outside India, such residential status is treated as non-resident in India of a person, that is Hindu undivided family. Okay. These residential status of resident in India are also classified as resident but ordinary resident in India, and second, resident but not ordinary resident in India. First, if a karta or manager of a resident Hindu undivided family satisfy both additional conditions given under section 6 subsection 6 of Hindu undivided family is said to be an ordinary resident in India. Section 6 सबसेक्शन 6 मध्ये या ॲडिशनल कंडिशन दिलेल्या आहेत. काय आहेत? ही हॅज बीन रेसिडेंट इन इंडिया at least 2 out of 10 previous year immediately preceding the relevant previous year, and he has resided in India for a period of 730 days or more during 7 previous year immediately preceding the relevant previous year. These additional conditions satisfy of karta or manager of a HUF, then he is treated as a resident but ordinary resident in India. Next, resident but not ordinary resident in India. यासाठी if the karta or manager of a resident Hindu undivided family do not satisfy both additional condition given in section 6 subsection 6 of Income Tax Act, the Hindu undivided family is said to be not ordinary resident in India. Okay, this is the residential status of a Hindu or individual of a person. Now we are going to study the residential status of other person, that is company, association of person, firm, local authorities, every artificial juridical person. Others include company, AOP, firm, local authorities, every artificial juridical person. Others residential status are classified in two categories. First, resident in India and non-resident. Resident in India means if control and management or place of effective management, it is most important word, if control and management or place of effective management in that year in India, in such case the company or AOP or firm, local authority or every artificial juridical person is resident in India. And second, if control and management or place of effective management in that year is outside India, is treated as non-resident in India. Okay, लक्षात घ्या, रेसिडेंट इन इंडियासाठी कंट्रोल अँड मॅनेजमेंट आणि प्लेस ऑफ इफेक्टिव्ह मॅनेजमेंट हे त्या प्रिव्हियस इयरमध्ये इंडियामध्ये असायला पाहिजे फॉर रेसिडेंट इन इंडियासाठी, आणि कंट्रोल आणि मॅनेजमेंट अँड इफेक्टिव्ह प्लेस ऑफ मॅनेजमेंट त्या प्रिव्हियस वर्षामध्ये आउटसाईड इंडियामध्ये असेल तर त्या कंपनीच्या बाबतीमध्ये किंवा फर्म असेल, लोकल अथॉरिटी असेल किंवा आर्टिफिशियल ज्युरिडिकल पर्सन असेल तर त्यांच्या बाबतीमध्ये त्यांचं रेसिडेन्शियल स्टेटस हे त्यांच्या प्लेस ऑफ मॅनेजमेंटच्या एकूणच इंडियामध्ये वास्तवास आहे का आउटसाईड इंडिया आहे याच्यावरून ठरतं. इफ द प्लेस ऑफ इफेक्टिव्ह मॅनेजमेंट ऑर कंट्रोल ऑफ मॅनेजमेंट इज in that year is outside India, is non-resident in India. Okay, there is a no subdivision like resident but ordinary resident and resident but not ordinary resident in India relating to the others, that is company, AOP, firm, local authorities, every artificial juridical person. Okay.